You're listening to the best of the Morning X. You can also catch it on the Morning X podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, or at 99x.com.
New Rock 99X, Barnes, Leslie, Jimmy. We are up in the middle of the night while you were sleeping with Flea and John from the Chili Peppers. This place is just now trying to dry off. This whole place is just drenched in sweat, and I think there's some leftover people still peeling off the walls inside.
Amazing show. Thank you.
Guys
Thank you very
down.
much. How did it feel? I mean, you guys haven't been doing many live shows lately. How did it feel to get back up?
No, we've been playing shows.
Yeah, they've been in
Not
Europe.
Atlanta.
I thought you're going to Europe next, or did you go and then come back and then you're going again?
I didn't really compute what you just
Well, you're going to Europe.
Yeah, we were just in Europe for 6 weeks over there, and then we're going to America right now, and then we're going home for a week, and then we're going to Canada for a week, and then we're going home for a week, then we're going to Korea, Japan, and Hawaii for a week, then we're coming home for a month, then we're going to South America for a couple of few weeks, and we're coming home for a little while, then we're going to Australia and Japan and Bali and Thailand and stuff like that, and yeah.
For those charting at home, I hope you got all that. Thank you.
That's the difference between
That's the whole
somebody
itinerary.
meditating and somebody who doesn't meditate.
Who in the band was the first one to meditate and get the other guys into it?
Well, actually, I started by being a really intense ascetic. You know, I was starve myself for like 2 months and pummel myself about the face with a cactus and
Good.
At one point I held my left arm up in the air for 4 months while standing still and only eating marshmallows.
Very Swami-like.
Yeah, it was very difficult, and I learned how to stop my heartbeat completely and how to not while eating nothing but porterhouse steaks for months on end. So it was a real, that's how I got into the whole spiritual thing.
So when you're playing like a smaller, more intimate venue like this, and then you're in Europe playing these massive, massive festivals, what is the difference for you just being on stage?
Well, it's not so much the difference of the place, but the difference in the energies going around. You know, sometimes you have really concise like energies that are really nice and feel good to get in tune with at a big place. And sometimes at a small place, you'll have the erratic kind of energies that are impossible to get a hold on, and it's just, it just depends. But yeah, as a rule, playing in small places, it's really nice to have that personal feeling of a relationship and with the crowd, which we had tonight. I mean, a show like tonight makes me feel so good. I'm like still really high from it.
Is it better coming around after doing all the stadiums and the big gigs? Does it make you appreciate it even that much more? I mean, you come into a room like 2,000 people. I mean, as opposed to doing it the first time, it was probably exciting when you got 2,000 people at the very beginning of the Chili Peppers. But now when you come back around, you've kind of done it all, and you're back, and this makes it even more special.
I don't know. For me, I don't know if I'm just oblivious or what, but for me, it really doesn't make that much of a difference.
Really?
I feel like it's such an inner thing, the playing part, that I'm always trying my hardest to go inside to get to the source of the whole thing. That doesn't. I don't know. It probably does make a difference. I don't notice it. I don't know.
It has a lot to do with inner things, like being in the moment completely and not being not waiting for things to happen and not making any demands on the moment 5 seconds in the future or something. I got to be really good for this one, or it's better if you're really in the moment the whole time.
I mean, the energy level of you guys is just unbelievable. I mean, even the slow songs, you guys are jumping around, knocking into each other. What kind of workout regimen do you guys have other than playing? Do you guys actually, other than yoga, do you guys do any sort of scheduled workout?
Well, we usually practice trying to complete full sentences before radio DJs stop us from speaking. But
I apologize.
That's my main exercise. Just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time there.
I was about to cry, dude. You're like my favorite person in the world.
I just love seeing Rich was squirming.
I'm not. John was the one who interrupted, not me.
Rich is sitting there going, Flea's about to hit me. Flea's about to hit me.
I would be honored to be hit by Flea.
That's nice.
I'm just joking around. Sometimes, John, he pauses in between his words. I thought he was done.
A little slow.
You know, what we forgot to do, one important thing, and that's thank you for playing. These people have been worked at a frenzy for the last 10 days when we found out you guys were going to do this gig, and they've been so fired up. People have done so many random things just to get in.
Right. Well, the bottom line for us, it really is, big place, little place, free concert contest winners, big mega concert that costs a lot of money, Woodstock, our own arena show, whatever we're doing, it really, the bottom line for us is we're just very grateful that people care enough to come to see us play, and we take great care and put in, we're really serious about the work and the preparation we do just to give the best possible concert that we can for everyone that's there, and we're just grateful for the opportunity to play no matter where and no matter for who or how many or whatever it is. And that's always been what we've been about.
When you guys have been off, let's say, for a while, and then you get back on the road, and even though you've been together for so long, can you fall right back into the groove on the first show? You've rehearsed, but does it take a few shows of a tour to kind of feel like you're into it? And how many
It doesn't
shows?
take a few shows to feel like we're into
Not
it.
into it, but like feel...
There's definitely, there's really no rules to it. You're dealing with like the laws of the infinite. And it's not really, there's not really any set way that it always happens, But there's definitely ways of tightening up, what we do. Like songs grow and change as tours go on, and like the songs from our new album, they're just starting to get a life of their own live, and a year from now, they'll all sound much different than the record, but in subtle ways, in ways that have to do with our groove and our interplay with each other and stuff. There's a lot of ways to really put the live feeling into a song, and it happens gradually over a period of time. But there were some good moments tonight as far as that goes. I felt songs gradually changing shape.
It's not really a matter of us getting into it more or getting better or worse. It's just a matter it becomes different. When we first start, if we haven't played a gig in a while, we play a gig, it has a certain type of energy that can be maybe more raw or more wild, but it's just different than something that might be more honed, and the music, like John said, the music taking a different shape later on. It always changes, and if it didn't change, it would be boring for us. The change is what makes it interesting.
Like when we play our songs in the studio and we're recording a record, we barely know them. We've written them, and we've been writing all this other music that didn't make it to the album, and we just that's the very first time like we played the song perfect, and so we play it a bunch of times after that. It's a whole new thing. It becomes a new thing.
This interview isn't over. More after a quick break. You can also find it and more on the Morning X with Barnes and Leslie podcast. You're inside the best of the Morning X.